Hello, my dear astrology family. January 2026 is going to be a January like no other. We're going to have very powerful alignments in the sky that are going to bring opportunities, possibilities, challenges, but also big breakthroughs on everybody's lives. And nearly everyone is going to feel these changes in some shape or form. Even if the expression will differ by sign, the inner tone is going to be consistent across the collective. I've already posted a video for January 2026, part 1. So please make sure to also check that video out. It's already posted in my channel to get a bigger understanding of the dynamics for this month. But we're going to have a very powerful conjunction that we're going to feel from January 1st to January 16 between Mars, Venus, and the Sun in the sign of Capricorn. And this period is going to make a lot of people become more serious about their goals, more committed to what they want to build long term, and more aware of the gap between where we are and where we want to be. The Capricorn emphasis here will push a lot of us to take responsibility for our future and to act with more maturity, more discipline, and strategy. It can become harder to tolerate procrastination, instability, or casual effort. Instead, a lot of us will feel compelled to decide what we're willing to work for and what we're no longer willing to carry. The Mars influence raises determination but also brings a sense of urgency, while Venus adds the need for harmonious collaboration and a refined approach to relationships, to money, and social interactions. The Sun here will bring visibility and clarity, showing each of us exactly what is working and what is not. Now, this conjunction is very powerful and it does have an opposition to Jupiter in Cancer, which of course is going to expand and make everything feel bigger. Jupiter here can deepen emotional sensitivity underneath this entire ambition that a lot of us will have. A lot of people may feel pulled between the desire to focus on outer achievement and the need to nurture themselves of their families. There could be emotional reactions that can be stronger, and individuals may struggle with internal conflict between security and ambition, comfort and responsibility, or past attachments and future aspirations. For some of us, this can manifest as tension within family structures or as a push to strengthen emotional boundaries while simultaneously tending to old wounds that may resurface. Now, between January 16 and 20 of 2026, Mercury is also joining this conjunction. But at this point, the stellium is creating a sextile to Neptune and to Saturn in the sign of Pisces and a positive trine to Uranus in the sign of Taurus. When Mercury joins here, it's going to help a lot of us think more carefully about our commitments, and we're going to be pushed to communicate, to negotiate, and to refine our plans. Conversations here can become more practical, and a lot of people will feel the need to organize their lives better, especially in terms of routines, of time management, and decision making as well. This phase encourages clarity and practicality, helping a lot of us translate ambition into workable steps. That sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces introduces an important undercurrent of spiritual grounding. A lot of people may notice that their intuition is sharper, their sense of purpose more defined, or their inner fears can be more visible. Saturn here is helping a lot of us reorganize and recognize where discipline is needed, while Neptune here shows where faith might be restored and must be restored. This combination helps a lot of us connect to our dreams and to understand what steps we need to take in reality to build something aligned with both our practical goals and our spiritual values. The trine to Uranus in Taurus supports breakthroughs in finances, in self worth, and material stability. A lot of us may suddenly see new options, we may feel more confident in taking risks, or we might see shifts in our relationships with money and personal resources. This energy encourages innovation and helps a lot of us break free from outdated financial or self esteem patterns, giving us the courage to redefine our value and embrace new possibilities as well. So, overall, this energy between January 16 and 20, we're going to have a period where people will collectively become more determined, more grounded, and visionary about their long term directions. And we may feel pulled to restructure our lives, to clarify our priorities, and to strengthen our emotional landscape and pursue opportunities that align with our evolving sense of identity and purpose. There's a sense here of stepping into a new level of maturity, of ambition, and spiritual awareness, supported by both inner clarity and outer opportunity. Now, as these planets continue to travel in the sky, they make another powerful conjunction, but now it's going to be around January 23 in the sign of Aquarius. And that is the part that I've already covered in part 1 of January 2026 video that I have already posted in my channel. So please make sure to check that out as well. I give so much information on that video as well. Now, I'm going to start explaining the impact of these conjunctions for each of the 12 zodiac signs. Please remember that I'm a Western astrologer and I follow tropical zodiac. You can start listening to your rising sign, sun sign, and moon sign. And please remember to hit the notification button because I am making so many videos about astrology of 2026 and onward that I feel you are going to find very valuable. So make sure to get notified for those videos and remember to subscribe, to like, and to comment down below to show some support for my work. I really appreciate it and I always check your comments. I wish you the best of luck, everyone. And now let's start with the 12 zodiac signs. Aries suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have very powerful conjunctions in the sky that are going to shift and completely change the dynamics for the entire year. I've already posted a video for January 2026, part 1. Please make sure to check that out as well so that you can get a deeper understanding for this month. Now, from January 1st to 16, my dear Aries, we're going to have a conjunction between Mars, Venus, and the Sun in the sign of Capricorn in your 10th house. And of course, this makes you one of the most impacted signs for this conjunction. Your career, your reputation, your public image, and your long-term ambitions are all going to be brought to the forefront because Mars is your chart ruler and governs both your first house of identity and eighth house of power and transformation. Its presence here intensifies your drive to achieve something visible, respected, and materially impactful. You may feel a heightened sense of responsibility and ambition, as though it's time to prove something or to step into a new level of authority. Venus joining Mars softens the assertiveness with social grace and magnetism, which can help you build alliances. It can help you attract support from people in high positions, and you may be able to present yourself with more sophistication and charm as well. Since Venus rules your second house of money and your seventh house of partnerships, financial collaborations or agreements with others may play a key role in your career moves during this period. The sun adds visibility, recognition, and confidence, making you more noticeable in professional settings. Its rulership over your fifth house introduces creativity, self expression, passion, and a desire to pursue something that both elevates your status and feels personally meaningful. Altogether, this conjunction can mark a time of promotions, new leadership roles, major career breakthroughs, or public achievements. It can also bring pressure, increased responsibility, or the feeling that others expect more from you, and you will be actually able to handle it. Now, this conjunction is going to be in an opposition to Jupiter, and Jupiter is a benefactor, is a positive planet. However, here sitting in the fourth house is probably going to highlight the balancing act between personal ambition and the needs of your home and your inner life. So a lot of your areas are probably going to be pulled strongly toward career achievements. And at the same time, Jupiter will expand emotional concerns and family responsibilities. So you may feel torn between stepping out into the world and retreating into familiar space, or you may temporarily clash with family members over priorities. So Jupiter is going to maybe also expand your emotional foundation, meaning that whatever is happening at home, whether growth, change, or deeper emotional work, it's actually helping you to support your long term public direction, even if it feels like a little obstacle at first. Now, as planets continue in the sky to move, Mercury is also going to join this conjunction, and this is happening between January 16 and 20. But at this time, Mercury is also making some positive aspects. But with its presence here, dear Aries, your mind will sharpen and your strategic planning can become more refined. Because Mercury rules your third house of your communication and sixth house of work, this can bring important conversations, contract negotiations, scheduling breakthroughs, or planning sessions that define your next steps. And you may be able to receive messages, feedback, or new information that pushes your professional path forward. Daily routines and work habits can also come into focus as you figure out how to sustain the pressure and responsibility that this transit places on your public life. Now, again, this Mercury is making positive aspects, and one of them is the sextile that is doing towards Saturn and Neptune, which are both sitting in your 12th house in the sign of Pisces. This can create a subtle but powerful inner support system. And Saturn here in your 12th house brings discipline to your subconscious. It helps you overcome self sabotaging patterns and it quietly strengthens your inner world. Neptune adds spiritual clarity, intuition, and the sense that you are guided by something bigger than your rational plans. Together, Saturn and Neptune help you stay grounded while still trusting your instincts. This connection shows that much of your professional success now is built on internal alignment, healing past limitations, and letting go of fear. Even if your outer world is loud, your inner world becomes more stable. This Mercury and Mars and Venus and the Sun, this entire stellium is also in a trine to Uranus in Taurus in your second house. And this is where you have sudden financial opportunities and you can experience breakthroughs in self-worth and innovative ways to make money. Uranus rules your 11th house, so this can involve networks, group affiliations, or future-oriented projects. Something about your income, your resources, or your confidence may shift dramatically in a positive way. And a lot of you Aries may adopt a new financial strategy. You may gain income unexpectedly, or you may feel an urge to redefine what you value, especially in relation to your professional path. This trine here adds the spark of liberation, of showing that your career moves now and it can significantly reshape your financial future. Now, as these planets continue in the sky, they're also going to make another powerful conjunction, but in the sign of Aquarius. So please make sure, my dear Aries, that you also check the part 1 of January 2026 to get a fuller understanding of this month, because I already talked about that conjunction in that other video. But this is what I have for you so far. Please remember to hit that notification button so that you can get notified for all the videos that I'm posting. I wish you the best of luck, my dear Aries, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Taurus suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have definitely life-changing events, big changes, big opportunities, situations, people, circumstances that are going to completely shift our life and the rest of the year as well. I've already posted a video, part 1 for January 2026. Please make sure to check that out in my channel, and this is going to be the second part. From January 1st to 16 of 2026, there's going to be a conjunction of Mars, Venus, and the Sun in the sign of Capricorn, which will be activating your ninth house as a Taurus person. This creates a period of mental expansion, direction setting, and major decisions about your future. A lot of Taurians will feel a strong pull towards growth, whether that means studying something new, exploring a new field, traveling, moving, or choosing a long term path with more meaning. This transit will make you question the life that you've been living, and it will urge you to pursue something that feels bigger, wiser, or more aligned with who you're becoming. Mars here brings the influence of relationships, partnerships, and hidden fears into your decision making, meaning that the actions that you take now are shaped by both the people you are connected to and the subconscious patterns that you're learning to outgrow. You may confront doubts or limitations that you didn't notice before, but you also gain the courage to push beyond them. Venus, ruling your identity and your daily work life, helps you refine your values and understand what kind of lifestyle you truly want to build. You may begin improving your habits, your routines, or even your self image because you sense that a new version of yourself is emerging. With the sun ruling your fourth house, your definition of stability will shift. You might feel the urge to leave behind old expectations, make changes in your home life, or break away from family programming that has kept you small. During this first phase of the month, you begin forming a vision that reshapes the direction of your career, your worldview, and your future. You could be attracting a mentor. You could be feeling inspired to learn something significant or to start preparing for opportunities that involve publishing, teaching, spirituality, or travel. A partner or close interpersonal connection may influence your path in some way, pushing you to take risks or supporting your desire to expand. Mercury conjoins this big conjunction between January 16 and 20, and the entire configuration becomes even more strategic and grounded. Mercury rules your second and fifth houses, so money, creativity, finances, and self expression become woven into your decision. You begin to plan more concretely, negotiate opportunities here, and you may also see clear pathways for generating income through your skills, your ideas, or your online presence. This is when the dreams you were envisioning earlier in the month start to take a practical shape. As this conjunction forms a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in your 11th house, your long term goals, communities, and networks begin to support you in meaningful ways. Neptune gives you inspiration and a sense of possibility, while Saturn provides structure and long term stability. You may find yourself surrounded by people who believe in your potential, or you may join a group or community that helps you bring your ideas to life. This is a time when your ambitions feel more achievable because the right people and systems begin to align around you. The trine to Uranus in Taurus in your first house amplifies everything by giving you a sense of personal breakthrough. Uranus rules your 10th house of career, so this period can bring sudden opportunities, bold shifts in directions, or moments of realizations that change how you see yourself professionally. A lot of Futurians may reinvent your approach to work. You may redefine how you want to be seen, or feel compelled to take an unexpected but liberating step forward. This transit pushes you to embrace authenticity and to stop holding yourself back out of fear of habit. And then on January 23, we're going to have another big conjunction, which I talk about on part 1. So please make sure to check that as well. That is happening in your 10th house, bringing breakthrough and possibilities when it comes to your career and public status and the way how you've seen the world. So altogether, these January transits will create a storyline of expansion, of reinvention, and long term alignment. You may feel more confident in who you are becoming. You may feel clearer about your path and more willing to step into a role that matches your potential. Your career may undergo a meaningful shift. Your confidence will increase, and you will begin to align your actions with a deeper sense of purpose. Connections with other people may help you move forward. They can be the key to your success. And Even your relationship to money, creativity, and self-expression will also become more empowered. So, this period really marks the beginning of a new chapter, one that will grow throughout 2026 and that will shape the long term trajectory of your life. This is what I have for you, my dear Taurians, for this transit. Please remember to show some support. Please remember to subscribe, share this video with people that you think are going to benefit from this, and hit that notification button so that you get all the videos that I'm posted. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. My dear Gemini suns, moons, and risings, January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have very powerful alignments in the sky, mostly positive ones. I've already posted a part 1 for January 2026, so please make sure to check that out as well because I give a lot of information there for this month as well. On this video though, I will focus on the first part of the month, which will be the beautiful conjunction that we're going to have between Mars, Venus, and the Sun in your 8th house in the sign of Capricorn. This transit will activate some of the deepest and most transformative part of your chart. You're going to feel like life becomes more intense, more private, more transformative. You're going to be drawn into deeper emotional territory and become aware of themes involving shared resources, inheritance, intimacy, psychological patterns, and long-term commitments. This conjunction pulls you inward, pushing you to face what you avoid or suppress. It nudges you to release something old so that you can step into a more empowered version of yourself. Mars introduces themes related to your work, health, friendships, and connections with groups. You may feel pressure to resolve conflicts, to reorganize your responsibilities, or to let go of unhealthy attachments. Mars in the 8th house can also stir hidden frustrations or power struggles with others, especially around money, workload, or expectations. At the same time, it gives you the drive to break patterns that drain your energy. Venus brings a softer influence, but also intensifies emotional sensitivity. Since Venus rules your 12th house of your subconscious, you may become more aware of old wounds, of past behaviors, or hidden fears that influence your intimate life and your financial decisions. You may feel pulled towards emotional healing, spiritual reflection, or deeper romantic bonding. Venus also rules your 5th house, which means that creativity, pleasure, dating, or children may intersect with the themes of trust, bonding, and vulnerability. The Sun, which rules your 3rd house of communication and thinking, sheds light on your mental patterns and the stories that you tell yourself about intimacy, about money, or self-worth. You may begin to see how your mindset affects your ability to trust, your ability to receive support, or to open up emotionally. Clarity emerges around psychological blocks or habits that limit your growth. So together, from January 1st to January 16 of 2026, these energies will create a period where you may confront long-standing patterns around dependence, control, avoidance, or fear. You might be able to pay off or to renegotiate debts. You may become more financially disciplined. You may deepen a relationship, or you might confront addictive patterns. Emotional and financial entanglements become more visible, and you gain the strength to transform them. Now, from January 16 to 20 of 2026, Mercury joins the conjunction in a beautiful sextile to Neptune and to Saturn in the sign of Pisces in your 10th house, and in a trine to Uranus in Taurus in your 12th house. So, when Mercury joins this conjunction, the focus shifts towards clarity, decision-making, and integration. Mercury rules your identity. It rules your communication style, your home life, your foundations, and emotional security. Its presence here helps you articulate what you want. It helps you discuss financial or intimate matters more openly and understand the inner transformations that you've been experiencing. The sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 10th house of career and public life changes the energy significantly. Saturn gives you structure and long-term direction, while Neptune provides inspiration and a sense of higher purpose. A lot of you Geminis may begin seeing how your internal transformation directly affects your professional life. You could gain clarity about your career path, take a more serious role, or begin shaping a long-term professional vision. You may also feel inspired to choose a career that feels meaningful, healing, or spiritually aligned. The supportive sextile helps you turn emotional transformation into something constructive. An internal shift becomes a professional turning point. You may see an opportunity to improve your public presence, to step into a leadership role, or to build something meaningful over time. The trine to Uranus in Taurus in your 12th house brings breakthrough moments that come from within rather than the external world. Uranus rules your ninth house, so sudden insights can change your worldview, your beliefs, or your understanding of your life path. You might experience intuitive flashes, prophetic dreams, or a sudden release of an old psychological block. Something that has been buried may come to the surface and free you. This trine also gives you access to unexpected spiritual awakenings, inner liberation, or quiet but powerful revelations that guide your future choices. You may realize that you no longer resonate with certain fears, limiting beliefs, or attachments. Your inner world opens and you gain access to parts of yourself that were previously hidden. So, together, these aspects from January 16 to the 20th will blend inner transformation with outer opportunity. The changes that you make emotionally and psychologically translate into career shifts, improved confidence, and a new sense of direction. You may begin planning a long-term professional move, releasing old financial burdens, closing chapters that once drained you, or deepen a relationship based on a greater honesty and trust. So, I'm very excited for you, my dear Geminis, because I feel like this period will bring deep transformation, emotional awakening, and long term empowerment for you. You may begin the month confronting hidden fears, financial patterns, and intimate vulnerabilities, but as the month progresses, you will gain clarity, support, and practical opportunities that help you move forward with purpose. Your inner breakthroughs become the foundation for future success, and you leave this transit with a stronger sense of who you are and what you truly want. Later on January 23, we're going to have a wonderful conjunction as well, but this will be happening in the sign of Aquarius in your ninth house. I've already spoken about this beautiful and meaningful conjunction in my part 1 video of January 2026, so please make sure to check that out as well. This is what I have for you, my dear Geminis. Please remember to hit that notification button so that you can get all the videos that I'm posting for 2026. I wish you the best of luck and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Cancer suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have very powerful conjunctions in the sky, and we're going to have some positive alignments that are going to bring opportunities and possibilities our way. I have already posted a part 1 for January 2026, so please make sure to check that out so that you can get the full understanding of this month. From January 1st to 16, we're going to have a Mars-Venus-Sun conjunction in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house. And of course, my dear Cancers, you're going to be one of the most impacted signs due to this conjunction in the opposite sign of you. This is going to bring relationships, partnerships, contracts, and one-to-one dynamics to the center of your life. During this period, the universe will be pushing you to examine the way that you relate to others, whether it be romantically, professionally, or even legally. The 7th house is the mirror of the self, so these transits often show you who you are becoming through the kinds of people you attract and the dynamics that you tolerate. Mars activates this house with a sense of urgency and intensity. Since Mars rules both your career and your creative expression, partnership matters can become tied to your ambitions, to your public image, or your desire to take risks. You may feel called to step into a more assertive role in your relationships, or you may confront tension that has been building. Mars tends to expose imbalances, unresolved issues, or hidden frustrations in how you share your power or make decisions with others. At the same time, it gives you the courage to address the situations honestly and take action where needed. Venus softens the energy by highlighting emotional bonding, harmony, and mutual support. Venus rules your friendships, networks, home, and family matters, so relationships now blend romance, community, and a sense of belonging. You may feel more connected to loved ones, more open to partnership, or more aware of the kind of relationship structure that truly supports your emotional safety. Venus can bring new romantic opportunities here, deepen existing bonds, or encourage you to create stability in your home life through better communication or cooperation. The sun here adds clarity by illuminating the values, self worth, and financial themes that influence your relationships. Because the sun rules your second house, this period may bring awareness to how money, values, or long term goals are negotiated between you and other people. You could realize that what you need in order to feel secure with someone or what kind of collaboration will make you feel more balanced and reciprocated. So, together, from January 1st to January 16th, these planets create a powerful relational recalibration. You may start a new relationship, you may deepen a commitment, or you may change how you handle conflict or renegotiate the terms of a partnership. You could also attract people who challenge you to grow, people who hold you accountable, or that help you rise to a new level in your personal or professional life. Now, moving forward from January 16 to 20 of 2026, Mercury will also join this beautiful conjunction. But it's going to be in a harmonious sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your ninth house and in a trine to Uranus in your 11th house. This can be amazingly positive for you, Cancers. When Mercury joins this conjunction, the focus shifts toward communication, clarity, and understanding. Mercury rules your 12th and 3rd houses, so this brings an integration of intuition, insight, and honest conversations. You may find the words to articulate your boundaries, needs, fears, or desires more easily. Your misunderstandings can clear up, and the emotional threads underneath your relationships can become more visible. The sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in your ninth house introduces themes of belief, truth, meaning, and long term direction. Saturn, ruling your 11th house, stabilizes relationship matters and brings seriousness and commitment. Neptune adds compassion, spiritual understanding, and a sense of destiny or purpose. So, together, these energies can help you approach relationships from a wiser and more mature perspective. You may define your future with someone. You may consider long term commitment or align your relationship with shared beliefs or visions. You may also attract partners or collaborators who help you grow in knowledge, in worldview, or spiritual development. The trine to Uranus in Taurus in your 11th house opens your relational world even further. Uranus rules your 8th house of intimacy, vulnerability, and shared resources, so changes in your relationships help you break free from old fears and patterns. The 11th house influence brings you connections, surprising alliances, or sudden social opportunities that alter your direction. You may join a group around this time, a community or network where you meet important people, or you might find that innovation, creativity, or modern technologies play a significant role in your partnerships. This trine adds freshness and excitement to your relationships. It helps you meet people who inspire you or challenge you to evolve. For a lot of you Cancers, it can bring sudden romantic encounters, unexpected collaborations, or breakthroughs in how you relate to other people. You might realize that you no longer need to repeat old patterns when it comes to relationships, and you may choose to engage with people who align more closely with the future rather than your past. So during this month, from January 1st to January 20, you enter a new period of clarity about how you connect to others and what you need from other people and where certain patterns are no longer sustainable. You might confront tensions in relationships, but you might also gain the courage and the softness to transform them. You might also have some sort of tension when it comes to written contracts if you don't have a relationship or a marriage. But as Mercury joins this conjunction and the supportive aspects that it creates, you will experience a powerful sense of alignment, of understanding, and potential. Relationships and contracts can become a source of growth, of opportunity, and self awareness as well. So, by this time that this transit completes, you may have entered a new partnership, or you may have redefined an existing one, or opened the door for collaboration that will influence your long term direction. Conversations will deepen, commitments will stabilize, and your sense of identity within relationships will become clearer. You will leave this period with a stronger understanding of what kind of connection supports your future and what kind of connection belongs in the past. So, as these planets continue in the sky, on January 23, so 3 days later, they're going to make a wonderful conjunction, but in the sign of Aquarius in your 8th house. So, everything that you learn through your partnerships, now they're going to be taking to the next step, which will be more intimate, which will be regarding your shared resources and finances, your psychological patterns, the intimacy that you might have with a significant other, or the terms that you are going to be writing down when it comes to a contract or agreement. I've already covered this conjunction in the sign of Aquarius on part 1 for January 2026. So please make sure to check that out in my channel as well to get the full understanding of January 2026. This is what I have for you, my dear Cancers. I wish you the best of luck. Please remember to hit that notification button so that you can get all the videos that I'm posting for 2026 astrology. Remember to show some support, to like and subscribe. That really, really means a lot to me. I wish you the best of luck and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Leo suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have very powerful alignments in the sky, one after the other, and also some positive aspects as well that are going to bring opportunities and possibilities our way. I have already posted a part 1 for January 2026, so please make sure to check that out as well so that you can get a better understanding of this month. From January 1st to January 16, we're going to feel the influence and impact of Mars, Venus, and Sun coming together in a conjunction in the sign of Capricorn in your 6th house. And this conjunction here will turn your attention towards health, habits, daily routines, work dynamics, service, and the way you manage your responsibilities. This is a period that highlights the systems that support your life and the ways you invest your energy. A lot of you Leos will feel an urge to restructure your routines, to take control of your schedule, or to bring more efficiency and discipline into your day-to-day life. Mars brings motivation and pressure to improve the areas of your life that have become stagnant or disorganized. Since Mars rules your 4th house of home and 9th house of higher direction, your routines now become connected to your long-term goals and your sense of stability. You may reorganize your living space, you may begin new educational or training programs, or you may push through old blocks related to your lifestyle and well-being. Mars can also reveal frustrations within work environments, whether with coworkers, workloads, or responsibilities, which pushes you to make changes that create more balance and purpose. Venus adds harmony and meaning to this process. Because Venus rules your 10th house of career and your 3rd house of communication, your relationships at work and your professional image may improve through better organization, clearer communication, and more intentional habits. You may find support from coworkers. You may develop more pleasant working conditions, or discover that improving your routines boosts your confidence and public presence. Venus also encourages you to prioritize self-care and to create a lifestyle that feels both productive and enjoyable. The Sun, ruling you in your 1st house, it makes this period extremely personal. The way you show up in the world, your energy levels, and your confidence are directly tied to the habits that you maintain. You may gain awareness of how certain patterns drain you, how stress affects your body, or how neglected areas of your life now require your full attention. The sun illuminates what needs improvement, and with Capricorn energy involved, you're ready to take long term steps towards a healthier and more empowered lifestyle. So, together, these three planets from January 1st to January 16 create a moment of renewal in your work life and personal habits. You may take on new responsibilities. You may begin improving your body or health. You may reorganize your daily life or make a commitment to a more sustainable path. This is a refining process, one that strengthens your foundation so you can rise into the next chapter of your life with more clarity and energy. From January 16 to January 20 of 2026, Mercury also joins the conjunction. And now this conjunction is going to be in a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 8th house and in a trine to Uranus in your 10th house. Once Mercury joins this conjunction, your clarity increases and you start making more concrete decisions about your routines, work patterns, health, finances, and responsibilities. Because Mercury rules your 2nd and 11th houses, now your daily life becomes more connected to income, goals, community support, and long term aspirations. You may begin planning your finances more strategically, organizing collaborative projects, or communicating your needs more clearly at work. The sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in your 8th house deepens the significance of this period. Saturn brings structure to your psychological, financial, and emotional transformations, while Neptune adds intuition and healing. Improvements to your routines and work habits help you break long standing patterns related to fear, to avoidance, or to emotional overwhelm. A lot of you may become more aware of how unresolved emotional or financial stress affects your health, and you may gain the discipline to address these issues directly. This sextile promotes healing, empowerment, and a healthy relationship with both your inner world and the ways you share resources with others. The trine to Uranus in Taurus in your 10th house adds a powerful career breakthrough to the mix. Uranus rules your 7th house, so partnerships, whether it be romantic or professional, may bring sudden opportunities or changes to your public life. You could receive unexpected recognition. You might be able to start a new job, take on new responsibilities, or decide to pursue a more innovative or independent career path. This trine energizes your professional direction, Leos, and it supports any changes you've been wanting to make in your work life. This combination of influence shows that the improvements that you make in your daily routines are directly tied to your future success. So, as you release old burdens and as you heal emotional patterns and become more intentional with your time and energy, your career opens up in a fresh, exciting way. You may attract new collaborations, you may receive support from influential connections, or you might discover that the structure that you've built in your daily life makes you more visible and effective in your public role. So, as these planets continue in the sky, they're going to make a wonderful conjunction as well in the sign of Aquarius in your 7th house. And this is going to be quite powerful for you, my dear Leos, because this is opposite your sign. I've already spoken about this conjunction in part 1 for January 2026, so please make sure to check that video out so that you know all the details for this month. Please remember to hit that notification button, Leo, so that you can get all the videos that I'm posting for you for 2026. Remember to comment, to subscribe, to like this video, and to share it with people that you think are going to benefit from it. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Virgo suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. I've already posted a video, part 1, for this wonderful month that is going to bring opportunities, possibilities, and turning points for everyone. That is because we're going to have powerful conjunctions and some positive aspects too that are going to bring a lot of blessings our way. From January 1st to 16th, there's going to be a powerful conjunction between Mars, Venus, and the Sun in the sign of Capricorn in your 5th house, and this is in a harmonious aspect to you. Therefore, you're going to feel like you can be more expressive, more creative, and more emotionally charged too around this period. The 5th house is the realm of romance, pleasure, creativity, children, self expression, and the joy of being fully, authentically yourself. When three personal planets gather in this house, your heart wakes up, your passions intensify, and you feel pulled toward the experiences that make life feel more meaningful. Mars energizes your desire to expand yourself more boldly. Since Mars rules your 3rd and 8th houses, this period may begin to feel like there's more intense conversations, more emotional breakthroughs, or there may be a deeper desire to reveal the truth. You may feel compelled to communicate more openly, to take risks in love, or to pursue a creative project that has been simmering beneath the surface. Mars can also stir powerful emotions connected to intimacy, desire, and vulnerability, helping you break out of old fears about being fully seen. Venus softens and sweetens the energy. And because Venus rules both your 2nd house of self worth and your 9th house of beliefs, this period helps you reconnect with your confidence, your values, and your personal philosophy. You may feel drawn to romance, artistic expression, spiritual creativity, or experiences that expand your worldview. Venus in the 5th house often brings romantic attraction, creative inspiration, and moments of joy or emotional healing. The Sun brings illumination and vitality, with the Sun ruling your 10th house. Your 12th house. This period helps you reconnect to parts of yourself that are usually hidden or pushed aside. You may access your subconscious more easily, you may feel more intuitive, or you might find that fears around your self expression, your creativity, or emotions can build up to the surface so that they can be cleared out. The Sun's influence helps you understand what brings you joy and what holds you back from living fully. So, together from January 1st to January 16th, these planets create a powerful inner awakening. You may fall in love, you may rekindle passion in an existing relationship, you may start a creative project, you may reconnect with an artistic talent, or you may feel more playful and alive. This period encourages you to celebrate yourself, to honor your desires, and to allow your authentic self expression to come forward without hesitation. This conjunction here, if you have children, can also indicate that your relationships with children will come to attention, will come to your focus, and you're going to experience some excitement, some beautiful memories with your children that are going to be there for a very long time. Now, from January 16 to January 20, Mercury also joins this conjunction. But now, this is all going to be in a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 7th house and a trine to Uranus in your 9th house. So now, clarity, communication, and understanding deepen. Mercury rules you, it rules your identity and your long term goals. So, this is when your creativity and passion begin to translate into decisions about your relationships, your personal direction, and your belief system. You become more aware of what you want and why you want it, and you may feel ready to communicate your feelings or intentions with someone important. The sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in your 7th house adds a deeply relational influence. Saturn brings structure, commitment, and seriousness, while Neptune adds compassion, emotional openness, and spiritual connection. Relationships become more meaningful now, and you may feel drawn to connections that reflect both emotional depth and long-term potential. This sextile helps you approach love with maturity while staying open to vulnerability and inspiration. You may define the future of a romantic relationship, you might set boundaries that strengthen a partnership, or you may attract someone who aligns with your spiritual or emotional growth. The trine to Uranus in Taurus in your ninth house brings breakthroughs in perspective and belief. Uranus rules your sixth house, so changes you've been making in your daily habits or lifestyle now open your mind to new possibilities. A lot of you Virgos may experience sudden inspiration. You may begin exploring new philosophies, or you may feel compelled to study or to travel. This trend supports creative and romantic expansion, helping you see your life through a wider and more liberated lens. It may also bring unexpected opportunities related to teaching, publishing, higher education, or spiritual awakening. So, together from January 16 to January 20, these aspects will make the middle part of January a moment of alignment where your heart, your beliefs, and your relationships begin to harmonize. You may gain clarity about who inspires you. You may gain clarity about who aligns with your future and what kind of love or creative path you want to pursue. This is going to be a time of emotional honesty, of spiritual growth, and joyful self expression. As these planets continue in the sky, they're going to make another powerful conjunction in the sign of Aquarius, which will be happening on January 23. I have already covered this conjunction in part 1 of January 2026 video that is already published in my channel. So please make sure to check that out as well so that you can get a full understanding of how powerful this month is going to be. I wish you the best of luck, my dear Virgos. Please remember to hit that notification button so that you can get notified for all the videos that I'm posting. Please remember to subscribe, to comment down below, to like, and to share this video with people that are going to benefit from this as well. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Libra suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have powerful alignments in the sky that are going to bring opportunities and possibilities our way. I've already posted a video, part 1 for January 2026, where I talk about one of the most powerful alignments that is going to be happening. Now, on this video, I will be talking about the rest of the month. So, from January 1st to January 16, we're going to have a wonderful conjunction between Mars, Venus, and the Sun in your fourth house. And for a Libra person, this intense buildup of these planets is going to light up your inner world, is going to subtly reshape your home life, your foundations, your emotional anchor, and private relationships. Because Capricorn rules your fourth house, this period pulls you inward, asking you to take yourself and your personal life more seriously. The energy will feel grounded, it will feel ambitious, determined, and at times heavy, but it also helps you rebuild something from the inside out. Mars brings urgency and action into your private sphere, pushing a lot of you Libras to take initiative with family matters, living situations, or emotional boundaries. Venus, your chart ruler, softens the atmosphere and helps you approach domestic changes with grace, diplomacy, and an eye for harmony, while also making you crave deeper emotional security. The Sun adds clarity and purpose, illuminating what you need to fix, what you need to stabilize, or what you need to commit to in your personal life. Because Venus rules both your first and eighth houses, your identity and deeper emotional bonds become intertwined with this restructuring. Mars, ruling your second and seventh houses, suggests that finances, relationships, and partnership dynamics are directly tied to the shifts happening at home. And with the Sun ruling your 11th house, friendships and long-term goals also influence your decisions about where and how you want to live. So, this period can bring decisive actions such as moving, renovating, reshaping a relationship dynamic inside the home, maybe cutting ties with draining obligations, redefining boundaries with family, or choosing a new emotional foundation that supports your future. There is also a strong private transformation. You may feel more self contained, more protective of your energy, and more committed to building stability on your own terms. Underlying all of this is Saturn, your fourth house ruler, pressing you to be responsible, to be realistic, and intentional about what you want to be building. If an old pattern in your home life has been holding you back, this transit will force you to confront it and to take control of it. From January 16 to 20, Mercury will also join this conjunction, and now this conjunction is going to be in a sextile to both Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your second house, and also in a trine to Uranus and Taurus in your eighth house. So, when Mercury enters the conjunction, the energy becomes mentally sharp, strategic, communicative, and oriented around problem solving. Conversations, decisions, paperwork, negotiations, and internal realizations intensify. So, you may find that career insights, long term plans, and spiritual clarity all help you influence your next step. The sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces activates your sixth house, blending practicality with intuition in your daily life. You may begin structuring your routines, improving your health, cleaning up habits, or reorganizing your daily responsibilities with both discipline and sensitivity. This interaction helps you understand what needs to shift in your lifestyle for your home life to stabilize. Work may become more meaningful or spiritual guided, and you could feel a new sense of purpose in how you serve other people. With Saturn ruling your fourth house, this sextile reinforces the restructuring of your private life with realistic, sustainable choices. Now, the trine to Uranus in Taurus, ruling your eighth house, is where the real breakthrough energy comes in. This trine brings sudden clarity around emotional entanglements, around shared finances, intimacy, and psychological patterns. Something that felt stuck may finally release. A lot of you Libras may gain confidence to break free from a fear, from a dependency, a financial obligation, or a pattern that kept you tied to an old version of yourself. Uranus pushes you to liberate yourself from emotional weight so new inner structure can take root. So, during this short Mercury window, conversations maybe with a partner or a therapist or a family member may lead to some major turning points. Financial decisions involving loans, shared resources, or joint commitments may also shift. You may discover new spiritual insight or intuitive awareness that helps you trust your next chapter. So now, as these planets continue in the sky, on January 23, they're going to make another wonderful conjunction, but now in the sign of Aquarius. And that conjunction I have already covered on part 1 for January 2026. So please make sure to check that video out as well. It is already posted on my channel. I wish you the best of luck, my dear Libras. Please remember to hit that notification button so that you can get updated for all the videos that I'm posting. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Scorpio suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have some powerful alignments in the sky that are going to bring opportunities and possibilities our way. I've already posted a video for this month called Part 1, January 2026. So please make sure to check that out as well to get the full understanding of the dynamics of this month. So let's begin. From January 1st to 16, we're going to have a powerful conjunction between Mars, Venus, and the Sun in Capricorn in your third house. And for a Scorpio person like you, this conjunction concentrates a tremendous energy in your third house, activating your mind, your voice, your plans, your relationships with siblings or neighbors, and the everyday rhythm of your communication in a very powerful way. This period sharpens your focus, intensifies your thinking, and compels you to maybe take decisions that shape your direction moving forward. You can become more assertive, more articulate, and clearer about what you want to say and how you want to move through the world. Mars, which is your chart ruler, brings fire, determination, and urgency into your ideas. It can make you more straightforward, possibly more confrontational, and definitely more motivated to organize your thoughts and act on them. Venus softens the edges, adding charm, persuasion, and diplomacy to your communication. You may find yourself engaging in more meaningful conversations, repairing misunderstandings, or redefining your social presence. The sun brings illumination and confidence, helping you understand what you truly believe and how you want to express it. Because the sun rules your 10th house, your professional direction is deeply tied to those mental shifts. You may redefine the message you want to bring to the world or the image that you want to present during this time. Mars is your ancient ruler and also the ruler of your sixth house, and therefore it intensifies your personal drive and it encourages you to take control of your daily habits, of your tasks and mindset. Venus rules your 7th and 12th houses, making this transit deeply relational. There could be contracts, partnerships, and unspoken emotional dynamics that may surface through conversations. With Mercury ruling your 9th and 11th houses, larger philosophies, future goals, and long term networks can influence what you decide to say and commit during this period. And Saturn, ruling your 3rd house, pushes you toward mental discipline, clarity, and long term thinking. This is a transit of intellectual restructuring where you may find yourself rewriting plans, preparing for a new direction, resolving issues with siblings or close acquaintances, or setting firm boundaries in your communication patterns. It could also bring a shift in education, in writing projects, teaching, or content creation. Some of you might feel inspired to buy a car, to buy a vehicle to where you can commute with every day. And there can be an internal restructuring that is very strong. Some of you might realize which thoughts or stories have been holding you back, and you might decide to change the way that you speak to yourself too. Now, from January 16 to January 20, Mercury also joins this conjunction, but now these planets are all going to be in a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 5th house and in a trine to Uranus in Taurus in your 7th house. So when Mercury enters this cluster, everything becomes mentally alive, fast moving, and multi layered. Your mind feels sharper, more intuitive, and more strategic. You may find yourself having important conversations, signing documents, making decisions, or gaining clarity in areas that have felt confusing. Mercury brings coherence to everything Mars and Venus were stirring up. The sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces activates your 5th house, blending creative discipline with romantic and artistic inspiration. This influence makes your ideas more expressive, more heartfelt, more imaginative, more emotionally guided. You might channel your thoughts into creative work, or you might realize how your romantic life or your desire to express joy influences the way you communicate. If you have children, conversations about them or decisions that affect them could become very important. Saturn again rules your 3rd house and it helps you put structure around your creativity, while Neptune adds intuitive flow, helping you speak from a deeper emotional or spiritual place. This trine happening from Uranus in Taurus energizes your 7th house too, bringing breakthrough conversations into partnerships of all kinds. Some of you Scorpios may suddenly understand that a partner or a relationship may evolve into a new phase through a pivotal discussion. Uranus brings fresh insight, liberation, honesty, unexpected openings. Under this energy, contracts may also shift, agreements may be renegotiated, or there could be a relationship dynamic that may transform very quickly. Venus, ruling your seventh house, makes this trine particularly powerful. This is a moment where relationships can move forward dramatically, either through clear communication or a bold new understanding of the partnership's direction. This Mercury window becomes a moment of revelation. A lot of you Scorpios will see yourself, your relationships, and your future with a sharper clarity. Your mind can become both practical and creatively inspired, helping you piece together decisions that feel both grounded and spiritually aligned. As these planets continue to move in the sky, they're going to make another powerful conjunction, but now in the sign of Aquarius. I've already covered this conjunction in my other video, part 1 for January 2026, so please make sure to check that video out as well to get the full understanding of the dynamics for this month. I wish you the best of luck, Scorpios. Please remember to show some support for my work. You can hit that notification button so that you can get notified as well for all the videos that I'm posting. I will see you on the next video. Take care. Sagittarius suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a powerful month, a month like no other. We're going to have very significant conjunctions that are going to reshape our destiny, that are going to bring opportunities and possibilities our way. I've already posted a video for January 2026. Please make sure to check that out. That is part 1. Now this video is part 2. So, my dear Sagittarians, from January 1st to January 16, we're going to have a powerful conjunction between Mars, Venus, and the Sun in the sign of Capricorn in your second house. And for a Sagittarius person like you, this intense cluster is going to pour its energy into your second house matters, bringing your attention to money, stability, self-worth, personal resources, and the way you value your time and skills. This transit pushes you to take control of your financial life with much more seriousness and structure. You may feel compelled to build something solid, maybe an income stream or savings plan, a new job direction, or a clearer sense of what you will and will not tolerate materially or emotionally. Mars here brings urgency, ambition, and the drive to secure or increase your resources. It makes you more assertive with money decisions and more willing to take action to stabilize your life. Venus adds magnetism, financial opportunities, and a desire to refine your financial relationships. And because Venus rules your 6th and 11th houses, this can bring income through work, collaborations, networks, or community-based efforts. The sun illuminates your financial landscape, helping you see exactly where you need to stand, what you need, and what direction you want to build toward. Because the sun rules your 9th house, your beliefs, long-term vision, and growth mindset directly influence your money choices. Mars ruling your 12th and 5th houses adds layers of creativity, risk-taking, spiritual insight, or hidden motivations to your financial actions. This is a moment when old fears or unconscious money patterns rise so that you can confront them. Venus influencing both your daily work, which is your 6th house, and social connections, which is your 11th house, it brings supportive people or new opportunities in your financial world. So altogether, this early January period asks you to treat your financial life like a long-term construction project. A lot of you will begin making decisions that strengthen your foundation, that clarify your priorities, and help you align your material world with purpose and values. Now, moving forward to January 16 to 20, Mercury also joins this conjunction, but at this point, this entire cluster is going to be in a sextile to both Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 4th house, and also in a trine to Uranus and Taurus in your 6th house. When Mercury joins here, clarity arrives. Your thinking becomes more strategic, more realistic, and grounded. You may find yourself making financial plans, negotiating agreements, having important discussions, or analyzing the deeper motivations behind your financial choices. Mercury also rules your 10th house, bringing your career directly into the conversation. Your professional direction now begins shaping your future financial decisions and in a more concrete way. But this sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces activates your 4th house too, adding emotional depth, intuition, and a desire for stability in your home life. You may become more aware of how your financial decisions affect your sense of safety, your living situation, or your family responsibilities. Saturn provides structure and responsibility, while Neptune adds vision, compassion, and spiritual clarity. This is a moment when you may choose to invest in your home, to change something in your living environment, or to make a decision that supports long term inner security. Saturn rules your 2nd house, which is that your finances and your emotional foundation. So you're probably going to build money habits that support peace rather than anxiety. Now, the trine to Uranus in Taurus activates your 6th house, bringing breakthroughs at work, bringing breakthroughs in your routine, in your health, in your daily responsibilities. A lot of you may experience sudden insights about how to improve your workflow, how to boost your income, how to change your habits, or adopt a lifestyle that supports both your body and your financial goals. Uranus brings innovation, new methods, new skills, new work opportunities, or unexpected help that will suddenly appear. And because Venus rules your 6th house, this trine also helps harmonize your relationship with work, encouraging you to find or to create routines that genuinely support your well being. So, this Mercury window is going to be a moment of clarity, a moment of decision making and breakthrough thinking. And by this time, you're going to understand what you need to do, and the path ahead is going to become clearer. Now, as these planets continue in the sky, they're going to make another conjunction, but in the sign of Aquarius. And this is going to be happening around January 23. Now, I talk about this conjunction in the first part of the video that I have already published in my channel. So please make sure to check that video as well for January 2026. This is what I have for you, my dear Sagittarians. I wish you the best of luck. Remember to hit that notification button so that you can get notified for all the videos that I'm posting. I wish you the best of luck again, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. Take care. Capricorn suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have very powerful conjunctions in the sky, alignments that are going to bring opportunities and possibilities our way. I have already posted a part 1 for January 2026, so please make sure to check that out as well in my channel. Now, my dear Capricorns, from January 1st to 16, the conjunction of Mars, Venus, and the Sun in your 1st house creates a period where your identity, your presence, and personal power come sharply into focus. You will begin the year feeling more driven, more visible, and more willing to take control of your life. Mars brings raw motivation and decisive energy. Venus adds charm and magnetism, and the Sun provides clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. Together, they form a kind of a personal rebirth where you feel both empowered and ready to redefine how others perceive you. Because this trio is in opposition to Jupiter in Cancer in your 7th house, there is a strong emphasis on the dynamic between your independence and your relationships. Partners, collaborators, or even clients may respond strongly to your new energy. Some of these people may be supportive. Others may require more from you, and still others may need boundaries. This aspect can make relationships feel bigger, louder, or more demanding. Jupiter often amplifies whatever it touches, so you may notice an increase in relationship activity, more communication, more attention from others, or even more conflict if something has been imbalanced. At the same time, this opposition helps you recognize what you truly need from your partnerships and how your personal goals fit into the we dynamics. So during this phase, your career and your home life are also activated. Mars, ruling your 4th and 11th houses, may push you to make changes to your living situation or your long-term goals, while Venus, ruling your 5th and 10th houses, enhances your creativity, your joy, your professional visibility. A lot of you may feel inspired to reshape your public image, to take a career leap, or to start something new that reflects who you are becoming. With the Sun ruling your 8th house, this entire period also carries a subtle sense of psychological transformation. You may find yourself letting go of old fears, shedding past insecurities, or stepping away from an identity that no longer fits. Then, from January 16 to January 20, Mercury also joins the conjunction, adding mental clarity, strategic thinking, and communication breakthroughs. Once Mercury arrives, everything becomes easier to understand and to articulate. A lot of you Capricorns now will gain a clearer sense of direction, and decisions that felt heavy earlier in the month, suddenly they become more straightforward. Because this expanded conjunction forms a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in your 3rd house, your mindset becomes both grounded and intuitive. Saturn helps you organize your thoughts and commit to plans, while Neptune softens your thinking with imagination and insight. You may have important conversations, you might sign agreements, you may begin studying something new, or express yourself with more confidence and emotional intelligence. At the same time, the conjunction forms a beautiful trine to Uranus in Taurus, which introduces a spark of excitement, creativity, and joy. You may experience a sudden romantic development, a burst of artistic inspiration, or a surprising shift in hobbies, pleasure, or self expression. As these energies blend, the second half of January now becomes a moment where your identity, your mind, and your creative or romantic life come into alignment. You emerge with a clear understanding of what you want, of who you are becoming, and what kind of relationships, career direction, or lifestyle choices support your growth. This period is not only about feeling stronger, but acting on that strength with clarity and purpose, opening the door to a more aligned and empowered version of yourself moving forward. Now, as these planets continue in the sky, they're going to make another huge conjunction in the sign of Aquarius around January 23. And I already speak about this conjunction on part 1 for January 2026. So please make sure to check that video out as well so that you can get a bigger understanding of these dynamics. This is what I have for you, my dear Capricorns. Of course, you are one of the most impacted signs of this conjunction in January 2026. I expect a lot of changes and breakthrough for a lot of you. So please let me know down in the comments below what you are experiencing and what you think could be happening soon. Please remember to hit that notification button so that you can receive all the new videos that I'm posting for 2026 and onward. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Aquarius suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have powerful alignments in the sky that are going to bring opportunities, possibilities, and different situations on our way that can be life-changing and that can shift the entire perspectives and dynamics for the rest of the year. I've already posted another video, part 1 for January 2026, so please make sure to check that out as well in my channel to listen to it so that you can get a full understanding of these dynamics. Now, from January 1st to 16, we're going to have a conjunction between Mars, Venus, and the Sun in the sign of Capricorn in your 12th house. And this is going to be in an opposition to Jupiter in Cancer in the 6th house. So, all these planets gathering together in your 12th house can create a strong pull towards solitude, healing, spiritual searching, and internal realignment. This is not usually a time for outward action, but rather a period where the hidden parts of your mind can become louder, asking for honesty and for attention. Mars in the 12th house tends to energize your subconscious, making your dreams more vivid, your intuition stronger, and your buried emotions more active. Venus softens this energy, helping you find comfort in privacy, in creative expression, or quiet self-care. The Sun illuminates what is normally concealed, making it clear what must be released, forgiven, or healed before you step into the next stage of your life. Because Mars rules your 3rd and 10th houses, and Venus rules your 4th and 9th houses, The areas of communication, career, home, family, beliefs, and relationships can all drift into the background and become part of your inner processing. A lot of you Aquarians may question your work direction. You may reconsider where you want to live, and you may reflect on your relationships and rethink long held beliefs. These are not decisions made publicly. Instead, they take place within you, forming in silence before you decide to reveal them. The opposition to Jupiter in Cancer in the sixth house adds another layer. Jupiter here expands your daily routines, your work responsibilities, or health concerns, which can make you feel stretched between needing rest and needing to perform or maintain order. You may feel pulled between burnout and productivity, between wanting to retreat and needing to respond to life's demands. This can highlight where you have overcommitted yourself, where your work habits maybe have become unsustainable, or where your need for healthier boundaries between your inner world and your outer obligations needs to be brought up. Jupiter also rules your second and 11th houses, so financial worries or group responsibilities may push you into deeper reflection about what needs to change. So, this period is ultimately meant to cleanse you. The 12th house is the house where old cycles end, so new self can emerge. And you may feel more emotional, more introspective, or spiritually open, and you may work through memories, fears, or attachments that you have long avoided. The goal is not isolation for its own sake, but a quiet inner reset that prepares you for a new personal beginning once the planets move into your first house, which will be happening around January 23. That's where we're going to have another wonderful big conjunction, which is going to be in your sign, in your first house. So please make sure, my dear Aquarians, that you check out the other video for January 2026, which is part 1. So now moving forward, from January 16 to 20, Mercury also joins the conjunction, and now it's going to be in a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces, and in a trine to Uranus in Taurus. So, once Mercury enters this conjunction, your inner world can become easier to understand. Your thoughts that you've been processing without clarity, they suddenly take form, and you begin to articulate what you want, what you're done with, and what needs to be changed. Because Mercury rules your fifth and eighth houses, themes around creativity, romance, intimacy, shared resources, and psychological depth surface in your thinking. A lot of you may find yourself uncovering the root of old emotional patterns. You may be seeing romantic or creative matters differently, or you may be gaining new insight into your financial habits or fears. This combined conjunction in your 12th house now forms a sextile to Saturn and Neptune, and it brings grounded practical energy into your inner healing process. Saturn gives structure to your insights, making it easier to make realistic plans about money, about self worth, and priorities. Neptune connects your inner intuition to your sense of value and abundance, allowing you to imagine new possibilities for your financial and personal stability. You begin to understand what resources you have and what others you have been misusing. You realize what you need to let go of and what you want to build next. At the same time, the conjunction forms a trine to Uranus in Taurus in your fourth house, which can bring a profound emotional or family breakthrough. Uranus rules you, your identity, so this trine activates a personal awakening that begins at the deepest emotional level. Something shifts in your home environment, your childhood conditioning, or the way that you relate to your private emotional world. This shift can be liberating rather than destabilizing. You may realize that you're ready for a move, a change in living arrangements, or a healthier emotional foundation. You may also feel a sudden release from an old emotional burden that has silently shaped your life. So, these few days create a moment of clarity after 2 weeks of a little bit of confusion or heaviness. Now you begin to understand your fears, your desires, and your next steps. And what has been foggy becomes organized. What had been overwhelming now becomes purposeful. Your intuition, your values, and your emotional truth all align. Now, as these planets again continue in the sky, they're going to form another conjunction in your first house in the sign of Aquarius. And that's where you are brought into the spotlight. That's where your life completely shifts. That's where you start to make decisions. That's when you see things materializing. I've already covered that conjunction in my other video, part 1. Please make sure to check that out as well. This is what I have for you, my dear Aquarius. Please hit that notification button so that you can get notified for all the videos that I'm posting. I wish you the best of luck and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Pisces suns, moons, and risings. January 2026 is going to be a month like no other. We're going to have very powerful alignments in the sky, one after the other, marking new breakthroughs, possibilities, and opportunities coming our way from left and right that are going to definitely be life-changing. I've already posted a video, part 1, for January 2026, so please make sure to check that out in my channel. And this is part 2 that I'm going to get more in detail about these alignments that we're going to have. So, my dear Pisces, from January 1st to 16th of 2026, we're going to have Mars, Venus, and the Sun in Capricorn in your 11th house in a conjunction. And it's going to actually be opposite Jupiter, which is your chart ruler, sitting in the 5th house. So, the strong activation in your 11th house is going to put a lot of emphasis in your friendships, alliances, networks, communities, mentors, and your long-term goals. So when Mars, Venus, and the Sun gather here, your social life becomes energized, your role in groups becomes more prominent, and your ambitions become more intentional. Mars adds drive and assertiveness, pushing you to take initiative with your future plans. Venus brings harmony, social magnetism, and relational goodwill, helping you form meaningful connections or attract support. The Sun illuminates what you want for your future, and it helps you define the long-term path that you're ready to commit to. So, because Mars rules your 2nd and 9th houses, your income, your values, and your higher learning and your beliefs become tied to your friendships and networks. A lot of you Pisces may pursue educational opportunities through friends. You may expand your worldview or make financial decisions that support your broader purpose. Venus rules your 3rd and 8th houses, which means communication deepens, intimacy within friendship strengthens, and there could be meaningful exchanges, whether emotional or financial, that could be happening within your circles. The Sun rules your 6th house, so it brings your health, daily habits, and work routines into the conversation. You may want to reorganize your life so that it aligns with your long-term aspirations rather than draining your energy. Now, the opposition to your ancient chart ruler, Jupiter in Cancer in your 5th house, heightens emotional expression, creativity, romance, and your desire to be seen and appreciated. This opposition can activate your personal identity, your career, and your desire to shine creatively. It can create a push-pull dynamic between what you give to your community and what you want personally. You may find yourself torn between investing energy in other people's needs and focusing on your own joy, your artistic expression, and romantic life. Jupiter can expand your desire for pleasure and recognition, which can create some sort of inner conflict if you are overcommitted socially or professionally. So, this period can also bring moments where friends inspire your creativity, or your creativity leads into new groups. Romantic opportunities may arise through communities or shared interests. You may also feel encouraged to express yourself more boldly in your creative or spiritual work. So, overall, the first half of January is about discerning what friendships, communities, and long-term plans genuinely support your growth, and which ones are actually draining it. A lot of you Pisces might also have some sort of financial breakthrough here because the 11th house is the house of your personal wealth. It could also be through risky investments due to Jupiter's presence in the 5th house. So now, as these planets continue in the sky, from January 16 to 20, Mercury is also going to join this conjunction, but at this point, this entire stellium is going to be in a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in your 1st house, and in a trine to Uranus in Taurus in your 3rd house. So, Now, everything becomes clearer and more mentally organized. Mercury rules your fourth and seventh houses, so matters of home, family, business partnerships, and close relationships begin influencing your goals and your social decisions. Conversations open up, clarity strikes, and you gain a better sense of why certain relationships or plans belong in the future and why others do not. The sextile to Neptune and to Saturn in your first house grounds your identity and brings you emotional maturity. Saturn helps you claim authority over your path, setting boundaries and choosing commitments that align with your long term growth. Neptune opens your compassion, your intuition, and imagination, letting you see a higher purpose behind your choices. So, together, these energies help you express a more defined version of yourself as a Pisces, while also connecting you to your spiritual essence. You begin to step into a new identity that is both realistic and soul rooted. At the same time, though, the conjunction forms a trine to Uranus in Taurus in your third house, which brings sudden clarity, innovative thinking, and breakthroughs in communication. These insights you might be able to receive from your intuition, from your dreams, or unexpected realizations that can rise from deep within your subconscious. A lot of you Pisces may experience a radical new way of thinking, a fresh understanding of your past, or a sudden idea that shifts your goals dramatically. So, this can improve your writing skills, it can improve your speaking skills, your studying, or any intellectual pursuits that you may be taking on at this time. Important conversations may happen spontaneously that may lead to liberating decisions. So, this phase creates a moment where your friendships, your identity, your mind, and communications are emotional foundation um, are emotional foundations for you, and they may give you a powerful sense of direction and inner confidence. A lot of you Pisces might also, again, have some sort of financial breakthrough or at least some sort of clarity that is going to shift your entire home dynamics, your family situation. Some of you might have the chance to build wealth through real estate as well, or it could be that something happens in the life of one of your partners, business partners, or your long term relationship partner that can bring some sort of financial breakthrough your way as well. So, January is definitely going to bring a turning point when it comes to your social life. Um, and you will start this month reevaluating your friendships, your community roles, and long term aspirations. But as these planets continue traveling in the sky, they're also going to make another powerful conjunction around January 23 that is going to be very impactful for everyone. This is happening in the sign of Aquarius now in your 12th house. So I've already posted a video about this conjunction for January part 1 of 2026. So please make sure to check that out so that you can get the bigger understanding for this month. I wish you the best of luck, my dear Pisces, and I'll see you on the next video. Please remember to subscribe and to hit that notification button so that you can get a notification for all the videos that I'm posting for 26 and onward. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one.